Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk to you about the peppers that I'm going to be starting this year. I'm already a little bit past the day that I normally start my peppers. I normally start peppers on February 1st, and because we're still like trying to unpack everything, I don't have a seed starting set up yet, and it's the 3rd. So I'm going to go through some pepper seeds and then pick the ones that I think that I would like to have in my garden this year, and then I'll tell you what they are. So I'm gonna make some piles. Okay, so now that I've played with some of my peppers, I know that I'm gonna have plenty of space in the front garden beds to plug in peppers, and I know that I'll have plenty of spaces in the back to plug in peppers as well. And I'll have grow bags, but I am not gonna grow all the peppers I have, but probably more than I should have. If I end up with too many, that's okay, because both of my sisters-in-law both have gardens. So worst case scenario, I can give away my extras to either of them, or I can give some away to some friends that also like to garden near me. So I'm not worried about starting too many. I'm excited to get a few old ones back into the rotation that we didn't have last year, and a few of my favorites as well. Okay, so I've sorted my peppers into 3 piles. We're gonna do sweet peppers, hot peppers, and roasting peppers. I'm gonna start with the sweet ones because they're actually the smallest pile of all 3 piles. So I actually only picked out 3 sweet peppers to grow this year. I'm gonna be doing the autumn bell pepper from My Gardener. I really like this one. It starts out green and it ripens like a really neat, like burnt orange, kind of stripedy type color. It's really sweet. I really enjoy eating this one. So this one is going to be for fresh eating for me, and probably also, if I get enough, I'll freeze some just because I like to use them in recipes throughout the winter as well. I'm also going to be growing the orange bell pepper. This one's my favorite one. When I buy bell peppers from the store, it's always orange bell peppers for me to snack on because I think they're the sweetest. And then the last one is going to be the chocolate bell pepper, the chocolate beauty bell pepper. I'm growing this specifically for my daughter Charlotte because this one's her favorite bell pepper variety that we grow, so I'm gonna grow this one just for her. As far as my roasting peppers go, I picked out 5 varieties. I've grown all of these before, but back when I grew them 2 seasons ago, I wasn't really into roasting my peppers, and recently I've really started enjoying roasting peppers. So we're gonna give all these another try, and hopefully they get used up really well. The first one's gonna be the shishito pepper. They're delicious and fantastic roasted. You can make all sorts of little dips to dip them in, but honestly, you don't even have to do that. Just put a little bit of herbs on top and salt and pepper, roast them good, and they're delicious. The next one that I have is the Hungarian yellow wax pepper. I honestly don't remember this pepper at all. I know I grew it. I don't remember if I liked it or not. And I can't remember what the flavor is or anything. Which is why I want to grow it again, because I want to see if it is one of the ones that I liked, and I just can't remember specifically that it was this one. And also, if I don't like it, if it's also another one where I'm just like, meh, then I probably won't grow it ever again, and I will give the rest of these seeds to somebody else. The next one is the Ajvarsky roasting pepper. This one's a Macedonian roasting pepper. It's like a 6 to 7 inch pod, and they turn bright red. They're really, really flavorful and really, really fragrant. So I'm excited to have these ones again. The next one is the Murasaki purple. pepper. It's a Japanese pepper, and what I really like about this one is that the flowers are purple, the tips of the foliage are purple, and the peppers start out like a really dark color, almost black, and they kind of lighten up as they ripen a little bit. I really liked stir frying these last time, so I'm hoping that this time we'll also like them for roasting. And then last one in the roasting pile is the korbachi peppers. I grew these the year before last. They were really great. They're from Turkey, and they are like a really long, slim, kind of like a cayenne pepper, but a lot longer. They're like 10 inches at their biggest, and I liked stir frying them last time, so this year I'm going to attempt to roast them, and hopefully, just like the other ones, they're flavorful and I enjoy them. Okay, so now on for the hot peppers, which I may have chosen a little too many of. So, of course, my garden's never complete without a jalapeno pepper. So I'm gonna do this jalapeno pepper from My Gardener. It's fantastic. I've grown this seed a few years in a row. The germination's still fantastic. It was packed for 2019 and it's still got great germination rates. So I grew these last year, and then I also bought a jalapeno variety from the store, like a big box store, and you could tell the difference between the ones I started and the ones that I bought, because these ones outperformed in fruit production, in foliage production, height, even just like in hardiness. The plants were more bug resistant, and I really enjoyed the flavor of these ones over the store-bought ones. The next one is the Anaheim pepper. I really enjoyed growing these a few years ago. They've got just the right amount of kick to add into some more southern and Mexican dishes. I really like stuffing these, and I'm excited to have them growing again. The next one is the dragon cayenne pepper. I also have the long slim cayenne pepper from Fairy Morse, and I'm going to be growing that one as well. I just don't know where the pack of seeds is right now. These are prolific, covered in cayenne peppers, the other one as well, and they do really well dehydrated. They keep their color, and they look stunning in jars. But really, I really like is being able to stick them in my coffee grinder and having homemade cayenne pepper seasoning. I think it's a lot more flavorful than the kind that you can get at the store. The next one is a new to me pepper that growing Serrano chili peppers. I've never grown these before. I'm really excited to get these started and add them into my rotation. The next one is the black Hungarian pepper. It's from Baker Creek, but it doesn't have it's one of the package that doesn't have the picture on it. These, I think, are a lot like jalapenos. I use them like jalapenos, and I think they're about the same on the Scoville unit in heat. They're little jalapeno-sized peppers, about the same shape, and they're just black instead of green, and when they ripen, they do turn a little bit red. The next one is the mustard habanero. I've never grown this particular variety. I just thought that they looked very pretty. They start out as the light green, and it says on the back that it has a little bit of a purple blush to them before they ripen, which I think is really neat. And then they kind of turn into like a mustardy yellow color, and then when they finally get to the highest point of ripeness, they turn like a bright fiery orange, which I think is going to be gorgeous. It says super hot, like most habaneros. I like to, I can't eat these plain. I just can't. I have to put them in like a jelly or a marinade or a sauce with a lot of sweetness in it. I like to pair it with tropical fruits like mangoes and pineapples. And another pepper that I like to do that with is the Sugar Rush Peach. I didn't get to grow any of these last year. I started them, and then when we had snow around this time last year, we lost power when the outside temperature was negative 12 degrees Fahrenheit, and unfortunately I had started all of my Sugar Rush Peach peppers that year, and I didn't get an order in on time to be able to get these started again within the right amount of time, so I just didn't have these last year, and I really missed them. But they're really good in a mango or pineapple type of jelly or jam or sauce or marinade or whatever else. It's really nice to have that little bit of kick with the sweetness. So the last two, they're brand new to me. It's called the Aji Charapita. I'm sure I butchered that, but it's a Peruvian pepper that is kind of on the same heat level as cayenne, and it is distinctly fruity and citrusy. I really enjoy peppers that have a kick to them that also have a little bit of a sweetness to them. I like the depth of flavor that spicier peppers that are also sweet have. So I'm really excited about growing these ones, plus I thought they looked really super cute. It says that they're often grown as a houseplant, so that should be interesting to try as well. And then the very last one is the Lauchauer paprika. It's a Hungarian paprika pepper. I really enjoy cooking with hot paprika and sweet paprika, so I thought to myself, well, just like the cayenne pepper, I should grow my own and make my own paprika. So this is specifically why I bought these ones. They're a medium hot variety, and so I'm excited to get these dehydrated and into my cooking routine. Well, I guess I gotta set up my seed starting station soon if I'm gonna wanna get these started at the right appropriate amount of time, but I'm hungry now, so let's go make some lunch and then we'll get into the seeds. For lunch, I'm going to take the peppers and onions we cut up earlier, some steak and fajita seasoning to make steak fajitas. I start by melting some butter in the pan, and then I add the onions and peppers first to let them soften up. Once they're softened, I add the steak and fajita seasoning and mix until they're cooked thoroughly. Now let's build our fajitas. I start by adding a little bit of cottage cheese on the bottom, and then I build up my steak, my onions, and my peppers. A little bit of tomatoes and diced chilies, black beans, and to top it off, a little sprinkle of cilantro. All right, those fajitas were fantastic, and I'm super full now. So it's time to come over here and take a look at my seed starting setup. Now, if you remember, at the old house in Oklahoma, I had an entire sunroom dedicated for seed starting. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link that up here in the eye so that you can go watch that and at the end of the video. Unfortunately, here I don't have a sunroom to dedicate for seed starting, so I brought in 2 of my metal racks from when I had from before, but I could only fit 2 in here. So on this one here, I've got the AeroGarden set up, and then I have an empty shelf below here. And then on this other one, I have 2 empty shelves plus a flexor on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out the shop lights that I had set up for grow lights from before and set them up here and start my peppers in this space. But I still have to dig those out of the garage. So on the next video, I'll show you some of my AeroGardens getting set up, and I'll probably also set up this space right here and then get my peppers started. I really have to hustle this weekend to get it all set up because I really don't want my peppers to be too far behind, but I think I got this. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and that way you won't miss starting peppers for 2022. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.